Let's explore the app router in Next.js 14 by starting with a basic example. Here, we import useRouter from Next router in our homepage component. This hook provides us with the router object. We define a function navigate to about that uses router, push to navigate to the about route. In our JSX, we have a simple button. When clicked, it triggers navigate to about, demonstrating how easily we can navigate between pages using the app router in a functional component. In our user profile component, we're showcasing how to handle dynamic routing with the app router. First, we import useRouter from Next router and retrieve the user ID from the query parameters. This ID is dynamically populated based on the route. Inside our JSX, we conditionally display the user's ID or a loading message. Notice the Go Back button? It uses app router, back, to navigate to the previous page. This approach elegantly handles dynamic data fetching and navigation in our Next.js application. Here's how we handle authentication with the app router. In our dashboard component, we're using the useRouter hook from Next.js. The useEffect hook runs a check if the user is not authn. In this example, we're diving into dynamic routing with the app router. In our product page component, we use the useRouter hook to access the router object. We then extract the product ID, PID, from the router's query string. This ID dynamically changes based on the URL. Our JSX renders the product details if PID is available. Otherwise, it shows a loading message. Also, note the back button, which uses router, push to navigate back to the products list, demonstrating dynamic and intuitive navigation in our app. In our search page component, we're handling query parameters with the app router. We initialize a state search term and use the useRouter hook to access the router object. The useEffect hook listens for changes in the router's query string. When a user searches for something, the query parameter updates, and our useEffect hook sets the search term state accordingly. This dynamic approach allows us to render search results based on the query parameter, showcasing a practical use of query strings in Next.js with the app router. In this toggle theme page component, we're integrating React hooks with the app router. We use the useState hook to manage the dark mode state. When the toggle theme button is clicked, toggle theme function toggles the dark mode. Notice how we use router, replace with shallow, true? This updates the URL without rerunning data fetching methods on the page, maintaining the state without a full reload. This example highlights the power of combining React's state management with the app router for a smoother user experience. In our product list component, we're optimizing performance with the app router. We use the useRouter hook to access the query parameters. The useMemo hook is a game changer here. It memoizes the filtered list of products based on the selected category from the router's query. This way, the filtering only reruns when either the products array or the category query changes, significantly improving performance by avoiding unnecessary re-renders. It's a perfect example of combining Next.js routing with React's optimization techniques for efficient data handling. In the user list component, we're addressing a common pitfall: unnecessary re-renders. We use useState to manage our users' data and useRouter for navigation. The useEffect hook fetches user data once on component mount, avoiding repeated API calls on every render. When clicking on a user, we navigate to their detailed page using router, push. This setup demonstrates efficient data fetching and navigation with the app router, ensuring our component only re-renders when absolutely necessary, thus enhancing performance and user experience. In our login page component, we demonstrate handling authentication flows with the app router. We use the useRouter hook to navigate the user. The useEffect hook checks if the user is already authenticated through our custom function user is authenticated. If they are, we redirect them to the dashboard using router, push. This pattern is crucial for protecting pages that require authentication, ensuring that already logged in users don't see the login page again, thus creating a seamless and secure navigation experience in our Next.js application. In our product detail component, we're focusing on robust error handling with the app router. We use the useRouter hook to get the product ID from the query. In a try-catch block, we attempt to fetch product details. If an error occurs, like the product not being found, we catch it and return our custom error page component with an error message. This approach ensures our app gracefully handles errors, improving user experience by providing clear feedback instead of breaking or showing unhelpful error messages.